It's all the way live. It's all the way live. And what's the other thing? Living it up, living it up. Oh yeah, it's Friday night. The Eagles fly because it's Friday. TGIF. Why would you have to think a good or a og to get your two socialist days off? America says ain't socialism. Days off is socialism. Holiday is off for socialism. Vacation. Again, this kind of stuff is socialism blended into the system. And that's what this system has done. It's blended in a lot of things. Like, if people really looked at what the Patriot Act was, the Patriot Act did take away thousands of freedoms and gave the police state, military state, a lot more leeway. I mean, what I went through in the police academy in 89, 90, compared to what happened after 9/11 through the Patriot Act, that's why when we hear these things about defund the police, look at, I would say defund them pro or pre Patriot Act, because the police powers gained exponentially. I mean, they have so much more power. That's what people don't understand, because when they did it, Nets destroy Philly. Yeah, I watched that. I watched most of it. You know, I was reading. Nets destroy Philly. And Brother Edward, what's happening? I'm gonna have to email you, brother, or you text me, and I'm gonna have you on, bring you on one day. But if I bring you on, you better not be singing and shit, Edward. In the still of the night. Yeah, yeah. Don't be singing and shit, Edward. Nah, I'm bullshitting the MacBone files. I don't care. You know, I'm just fucking with you. One time, also 29 is a number I see in gematria associated with the Nets. Okay. Remember, you know, they had Harding. Harding didn't do shit, and you know that was a shaming game. That shows me they gonna beat the Nets, because that was a shaming game. That was a Harding shaming game. And again, I see Harding as being Oscar Robertson. I really do. I'm really seeing more of that comparison to Oscar Robertson. And then he took the shame game yesterday. Come on. Yeah, I know. But yeah, you know, I'm gonna hit you up. I think we got each other's numbers or emails or something. I'll hit you up. But tonight is PJ. I gotta call him when I get done with my running. So on PJ is going to be on the show tonight. Think he's on the same time. We might come on at 11. I'm about to call him and I'll put a thing out to see what time. He might come out on it. We might come on at 11 Central, depending on his time. Plus, my daughter's with me this weekend, so I don't know if I'm gonna be staying up till 3. We'll see. Probably so. Probably so. In my building, kind of got a little luck, because one of the friends has moved under me, which is great. You know, young man that I've known. Like, I saw my 20-year-old son and gave him my Note 9, which my other son had for almost a year. But it's still, you know, it works. Needs to fix the screen, but it still works, functional. Now the pens used to be $30. You can get them pens for 10, but it had all my stuff. And I hated to reset that phone because some stuff, but hey, that's why I made another copy of the Time Walking Papers, because it was on that phone too. But so he was pleased and got to see my son, and so that's always I'll cherish that always. Oh, but let me say this: stocks closed for the 5th straight week down. Good time to buy. I'm watching this shit, and Clorox hit down. I had bought some of that before, but I'm gonna buy a little more of that. And there was a couple more, but telling you, gold is still solid. Gold is still above 1900. Like, it lost most earliest today. It lost 12, but when I left, it was down only 11. So it was still 1988, some shit like that. Hey, liquid fire. What is happening? Thank you for joining. So that was down. I mean, so even though it was down, anything is above 1900 is gravy for gold. Silver is at 2600. Again, still, and gas was at 109. 109. Now, The way I've been reading it, it's like normally when the stocks is down, gold tends to be up. But today was one of the first days I saw where gold held. I mean, even though it had little drops, like $10, $11 drops, it's gravy over 1900. I mean, it really is. And as gold as an investment is gravy over 1900. And if it comes down to it, you had to melt your jewelry or whatever you had to do, that shit's an ounce. You take that shit in there and put the purities, the things that get the purities burned off, and they'll give you what you trade for. But catastrophe, you can probably break off this gold and have your little scale and weigh, because it's gonna always trade. It's always traded. So for those, hey, Perspective Gaming, what's happening? Many decoders associated with net like 123. Oh, okay. What's good? Hey, I'm wonderful. Thank you. Thank you for asking. I'm wonderful. I hope the same for you. Feel good. Feel good. Slept good once I slept. Was meditating. Got a little meditating in before I came. Gonna get a little more this evening. We got to do a little running around. It's freaking cold up here. Dang, gotta resend email. Wrong one. Shit, ain't no telling who got it. Sent you my government name too. Oh, did you? It is Eagle R the bomb at gmail.com, or it's 8 WININ. What is it? How is it? WININ. Ah, shit. It's 8 WININND or IND. I don't know that one by heart. So I'm sorry, brother. I'm sorry that Liquid Fire. I'm sorry you lost that. I hope it comes back. Yeah, definitely. I hope everyone is well today. Yeah, but that's it. I wish I could think of the other one. I think it's 8 WININND Flint Eagle, which is just stupid. My dyslexia, I just be writing shit instead of thinking of being practical, at gmail.com. So it's 8 WIN, I think it's ND, Flint Eagle at gmail.com. I think the 8 wind, spelled it crazy. Harden went to party after losing by 30. Like to fit today. Another casual. Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's freaking cold. I'll tell you that. It's cold. The coat I planned on wearing, yeah. Harden is a cursed player. Ain't necessary evil. I'm a female and may send a picture. Okay, I'm sorry. No disrespect. Thank you. No disrespect. May send you a picture. All good. Okay. But yeah, resend it. Resend the information. It should get there. I still see Harden is going to be Oscar Robertson in the playoffs. I still see that. I think that is going to be the scenario. Again, we're looking at teams that have won it before. And then if we do get the Golden State matchup, will they let the Suns break through? I don't know. I still think it's unlikely. I still think we're going to see the Will Chamberlain ritual. Because, again, he played with both the Warriors and the Sixers. But I think his title is under the Sixers and not the Warriors. Because I looked at something that said they changed in 65, 66. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the title is under the Sixers or under, the Sixers and not the Warriors. So I'd have to double look it up. Because I looked at it and I was like, that can't be right. But so I have to relook that up. It's snowing with the sun out. Too cold and beautiful. It is just cold. It's 12. And like my neighbor's just moving in. He was sitting there talking to me. I'm like, man, I'll talk to you later. It's cold out here. Like last night, still got some bread and shit that's been in the back. So from delivering food. So I asked my ex, did she need anything? And normally I always got extra food, and so I gave them a bunch of food. But it was like I just wore a T-shirt outside, or I was freezing last night. It's like, girl, you better decide what you want. So I was telling my ex, and then I'm just like, okay, I want these cans. So I grabbed a handful of cans for her, and I was like, take what bread you want, because I be throwing this shit away. How's Oscar connected to Hardy? I would just say, don't like being cold. Oh, me either. I'm gonna say this, CWE. The way he would be connected to Oscar is, I'm pretty sure Oscar Robertson won some scoring titles, and I know he won some assist titles when he played for the Cincinnati Royals. When the Royals, the Sacramento Kings, was originally, well, they were Syracuse, and then they went to Cincinnati. You know, you can still, one thing I wore forever was my Oscar Robertson Cincinnati jersey. And I'm saying they're connected like this. Oscar Robertson, again, I think he was a scoring leader, and then he was assist leader. So you have this player that had great individual statistics like Harding had, but could never win it, never get past Boston. You know, they could never get past Boston. The same thing Wilt Chamberlain fought. And that's one reason why they moved Wilt to the West, so they wouldn't be bumping heads all the time until they got to the finals, you know, make it more interesting. Because that's what held, you know, you figure that's what held Wilt down for 8 years. Wilt always losing to the Celtics. And, you know, the one fixed game was when Bill Russell hit the cord that was out of bounds, and then they don't throw it to Wilt. Wilt had something like a 48 and 49-inch vertical. They had the ball. All they had to do is throw the ball up super high. Wilt gets it, catches it, and dunks it on Bill Russell, and they win. Of course, they tried to throw it out to Chet Walker, and Havlicek stole the ball. Yeah, I don't like being cold either. Like these gloves, I love these. I bought these in Arkansas. Sometimes you buy these little light leather gloves. Like these ain't really, these just all, you know, rawhide. But they really hold the cold out. There it is. And that's what I look for. So yeah, I don't like being cold either. I see Suns win the championship after CB3 is gone. Booker gonna be the man. Possibly. I mean, possibly. So kind of words. Mr. Taylor, what's happening? What's up? Hey, Lorenzo, my man. Hey, Lorenzo, why did Chamberlain win this? Did he win in 66, 67 season? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was 66, 67. Was that Sixers or was that under the Warriors? I thought it was under the Sixers. I'm not sure. Kobe words are powerful. He said Harden style didn't win championships. Absolutely, the scoring. You know, you could say the same things for George Gervin too, though. These extremely high gas prices, food. We are in a pandemic. Yeah. Agreed, Lorenzo. Agreed. The fuck is this? Oh, okay. This book is $500. They keep lowering the price, but only $100. This book is still $400. When Kobe said Giannis was going to be a champion, next it happened. I wouldn't be surprised if Handy Pickers is going to win the next 30 titles with Alvin Silver. No doubt about that. That's always, as I said, this little egghead in the room that plots the seasons in advance. I mean, he looks at the names. I'll say Rambo is one of the ones that says they pick some of these athletes by their birth dates too. Again, they want them born at a certain time, and with C-sections, you can have them born on these exact dates. And I tend to agree with that kind of reasoning. I think that kind of reasoning is probably right, the way they're picked. And so they have these names where they can pick the names. I mean, you can go so far with like, this is who the group here, and this group is going to go so far. And then they look at the way people are born instead. And they're like, well, we raising this, like what is the anime where they raise the children to be ate by the animals, ate by the creatures? You know, I can't think of that anime, but it's like very much the same thing. They raise these children to step in these spots. And you can't deny that if you've been around these children that get this glow. As I say, I was around Shawty Vaughn, got the glow. I watched Ty and Trey Jones get the push. I mean, these dudes was playing international ball in like 8th, 9th grade. AAU playing international ball. And I watched other dudes, Shane Battier, Jones. What is Jones' name? He played in Michigan. Oh, I can't think of Jones' name. And I used to always tease him because this Jones dude was a California brother who, as a 10th grader, was rated in the top 10 in the nation. I don't think he ever lived up to it, but he came to Michigan. High school ball in Michigan is a little more physical than what you see in California. As I said, I used to go to California and just straight up gangster ball people. I'm like the weakest people. I'd have a 6'8" dude, you know, and we body and body, and I get his stuff, and then he want to call foul. I straight up just like, punk motherfucker, sit your ass down. My ball, we going that way. As I said, in Michigan, when we play street ball, we play with no rules. No rules, and we got along better. Ain't no fouls. I mean, traveling, shit like that, double dribble, you know, of course. But as I said, out of bounds plays, if a dude jumped in the air on the line and threw it in, we kind of let that go. We called it a hustle play. And then people would come in and be like, oh, you know, they saw it. You can't cry, you can't argue because it ain't no fouls. We just going back and forth. We took it from what we did outside back to when we did inside. And it made the games go smoother. Then I would go to the other little city and motherfuckers crying and shit, fouls. So Bus made the show not easy. Thank you, Sir Evil. Buster made the show that it's not easy. Yeah. Who? I thought Syracuse started as the Nationals, then changed to the Sixers. No, Syracuse did start at the Nationals, but Syracuse ended up going to the Cincinnati. Yeah, the Syracuse Nationals. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Because the Sixers... Yeah, the Nationals and the Sixers was in the league together, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. They were in the league together. And I'm pretty sure they moved to Cincinnati. Like the Pistons was in Fort Wayne. And like Fort Wayne at the time was the hardest place to go to because if you took the train, you still had about an hour drive. So it was they went to Detroit. They were called something else. Even the Bulls, trying to think when Walter Bellamy got drafted, they was something else too. So yeah, I could be wrong. Yeah, maybe you're right, but I thought they moved to Cincinnati, but I could be wrong. Could be wrong. So Eagles are. No, it's I'll show you. I know it's gonna be backwards looking. See, like this. I know my writing is Eagle are the bomb. You know, I got dyslexia, so the way I be writing should be like, just like that. EAGLERTHE bomb. B-O-M-B, did I put that? Yeah, B-O-M-B. So it's that. It's just, if I have to type it in, I got to pull the phone out and shit. So, like that. So just a single R. 76ers was the Nationals. Okay. All right. Good call. You write like a baby boomer. Oh, I am one. And it went down to my children too. My children write, some of my daughters, they write better, but my sons don't. I mean, none of them. None of my sons really write that good. Seems like some kind of, I don't know. Like my 20-year-old son, soon to be 21 in June, never could write. I mean, even, you know, as I said before, he don't read that great, but he doing good. I was joyful to see him. Hated giving up my phone. Chamberlain won his first title in '67 with the Sixers. Yeah, that's what I thought. And then he won one with the Lakers. Yeah, I thought they were still the Sixers. That's why I read something that said the Sixers changed in '65, and I'm like, that ain't right. So what I read, I wasn't right. It was like I was just going through Pinterest, and then, you know, I did a thing showing my relative that was in the Massachusetts 54th, and they show him getting killed in the movie Glory, and he is in that picture. But I was looking up the family and his stuff, and it's funny how they lie about stuff. We catch them lying. So when I'm looking up Isam Ampey, again, Isam's parents, Dicey Heathcock, was Sapani, but also it'll come to me in a minute. But his father was full-blooded Wanapakins. I mean, from Boston area, full-blooded. I mean, we are on their shit. I mean, they hate it because we don't call ourselves natives, but we are on their shit. And they said this was the first time I read. They said that James Ampey died. Now our family story is he went out somewhere and got killed, disappeared, and disappearing a lot of times is being killed. It's like he was never heard from again once they moved to Michigan. But it's interesting. They said died. I'd never read that. But then, and my brother broke this down. If he's listening, and then one thing we found is the Mendenhalls is who we was. My ancestors was working with the Mendenhalls. Now we know by 1840s Quakers wasn't holding slaves, and so when it says that we were slaved under the Mendenhalls, where Mendenhalls was Quakers and Mendenhalls could not slave, and so there's no way Dicey and James was slaves. Now they did give them a letter to pass to one of their relatives and helped them get land in Indiana until, again, the Mennonites down there chased them out, and of course some of the European Americans chased them out of Indiana. Went to Michigan, was left alone. Once they kicked all the Potawatomis, Ottawas, they just bogarted this territory. I mean, I'm at a point now where to take most of Michigan and Wisconsin, what the European did is he brought barrels and barrels of liquor. So this is, as I was saying, it's just like if you were selling land for crack, it's the same thing. He wanted to trade, but he wanted them to be drunk. So they didn't realize they giving millions and millions of acres away, which now we call whole states. And because these people in a drunken state, when Tekosha and his guys is there and they're looking at this like, you motherfuckers is stupid. But this is how unfairly they treated the people. And people, for a few to gain. So my team has better handwriting than me. Who you think is going to win the NBA title? I still think the Sixers. So I wonder what team ended up being the Cincinnati Royals, because they was a team that failed. Because you guys saying Syracuse went to 76ers. Which team became? I'd have to look that up when I get home. History of basketball. Yeah, don't remember off the top of my head. Yeah. So I'm still saying Sixers. I ain't changed from that. Just the way it's looking in that game like last night. And again, as I was making the connection with Harding and Oscar Robertson. Harding has a legitimate player that can carry the load and take them, compared to he was younger, Kevin Durant, Westbrook, and I think Harding played in that title too when they lost to LeBron. Again, that was all scripted for LeBron. I'm still holding the thing that I think Harding's going to get the chip. And again, they might, I want to say Oscar's first year with Kareem, they won it and almost won it and really should have won it in 74. And the first walk of shame was Oscar Robertson. And I the first time I saw it, I just kind of laughed because it was when them losing in 74. They followed Oscar and he did the walk of shame. And I thought I caught it again, and it was just so quick that I even rewinded. It was like it didn't get the point of that walk of shame look. But that was his look. Jerry West, they did that shit on Jerry West. Oh, and that Magic show they showing Jerry West as being crazy. Like he's just crazy. He got 76ers. Hey, Lobo, what's happening? There's my man Lobo. Does great work. And y'all check him out that like great work. Oh, let's see. I got it. Okay. No problem. Thank you. Thank you for hanging with me. Trust the process is coming true this year. Dan Mantra has said 76ers for 6-7 years. That's a good point, Mark. Thanks for joining. Thanks for adding. That's a good point. Because they was tanking. They tanked for damn near 10 years, and nobody can deny that. That Markelle Fultz stuff, again, why was he picked? He was picked to be shamed. He did not have the skills to be picked. I'm looking at the number 1 pick this year that's with the Pistons. Really? Look at the way the dude playing in Cleveland. It was clear that the dude in Cleveland was the best player coming in, I felt. So you see, they pump these guards up. A guard should never be a number 1 overall pick. I don't even think Isaiah was the number 1 pick. Wasn't Kelly? I think they had 2 picks, and they picked Kelly Tripucka. Or was Tripucka there? I can't quite remember. But he wasn't the overall pick, I don't think. Well, he did win the championship the year before. I could be wrong. I was wondering what was flashing as a bus up there. But that's my thing for Harding. I think Harding's going to go. Will they let Phoenix break through? Maybe. I mean, they've pushed Booker for so long. Alton, they pushed him. Could be. I mean, the thing I like about both teams is, because they want to kill off the big men. They definitely want to eliminate people 6'10" to 7 foot. You see how Drummond's been just spun around. Greg Monroe probably even out the league playing in G League or playing somewhere, because that's what they've done. They've let older players now play in the G League to keep them active. Stevenson's, since they had kind of cut ties with China and the China shit, because the best players was playing in China to stay fresh. They made China the top league, even over the G League. But since the tensions, a lot of players coming back. Remember when the Nets was swept by the Raptors in 2020? Now we're supposed to got a 70 playoff with the 2021 versus Buck. Records tell it all. That's a good point. If KD gets the playoff wins this year, he's going to have 23 playoff wins with the Nets. Oh, that's a good information. That is good. Thank you for sharing. Bucks not repeating this year, in my opinion. I agree with that. I agree. They're not pushing the Bucks that much. Yeah, I don't think they're going to win this year either. Got this heated 90. I don't think they're going to win this year. I think they're going to put Sixers in it. I really do. I guess we could all ask is how much longer, is Durant, or will Durant ever be pushed over? I just don't see it. Nets ain't won it. I just don't see them letting them win it. Seem like some of the ABA teams they still hold grudges against, and I think the Nets is one of them, because the Nets did win the ABA championship. I say basketball historians. I'm telling you, look up the dudes who own the Kentucky Colonels and the dude who owned the St. Louis Spirit, and look how they became billionaires by not having teams. I mean, it was one of the best business dealings of forever. Them taking the deal and giving portions of the TV revenues not to dissolve their teams and not to join the NBA. Because Kentucky, I don't know why that team didn't go in the NBA. They had room for that team. Kentucky has just Kentucky basketball. There was no other team, near Cincinnati, not far from Atlanta. Didn't make sense for that Kentucky team not to go into the NBA. Just didn't make sense. But they made those owners made millions of dollars. Yeah, St. Louis Spirit. The St. Louis Spirit that used to be the Utah Star. The St. Louis Spirits. Yeah. Look that up. The St. Louis Spirit and the Kentucky Colonels, and look how the money the owners made. They made billions. Stern had to go in and give them a final payment because these dudes had made billions. It was one of the best sport for far as common sense in investing in the sport. These dudes had foresight to see that the NBA revenue was going to blow up. Lakers win 10 straight to end the year and go 9 and 10 seed to 7 seed to make it, so they have to lose 2 games to be eliminated from playoff tournament. Possibly. Timberwolves fighting that off, trying not to be in that. Right now, Timberwolves are fighting not to be in that. They're trying to stay in that 8th spot. So they'll just, they don't have to do the play-in, because the play-in is extra games. I mean, that's the thing about it. But it's, football shows you, we had the Raiders winning from the wild card, Patriots winning from the wild card. I think the Raiders was the first wild card Super Bowl winner. So, but I just see Harding's taking up Oscar Robertson this year. The shaming last night, that was the first thing. I'm sorry I didn't bring it up last night, but that was the first thing I thought about. Syracuse was Nationals and the Kings was Royals. Cincinnati before they moved to San Francisco. Oh, so they just started off as the Royals. Okay. Before they moved to Sacramento. I want to say they had to be the Oklahoma team too at one point, because the Kings was in Oklahoma. When Nate Archibald played with them, the Kings was in Oklahoma before. So they went from Cincinnati to Oklahoma. And they was, what was they called? The city. But yeah, Nate, because my guy, Kevin Loader played pro ball in Oklahoma when the Kings went to Oklahoma first. So before they went to New York, they went to Oklahoma. LeBron is being shamed. Yeah. It's better to be shamed than have people die. Woo! I was about, gave me a heart attack.
4 minutes early.
It scared me. I was about to just have to blast them. Well, this is the end of Responsible Daddy Hour. See me me tonight with brother CJ. We gonna be on.
Thing at the bottom, guy.
And
Yeah.
huh?
Look at the thing at the bottom.
What thing?
The thing at the bottom.
That?
No.
What?
What? How'd you do that?
Kansas City Kings. Yeah, Kansas City. Yeah, not Oklahoma, Kansas City. Thank you, Adolph. Yeah, Kansas City teams. I'll definitely trade Westbrook. But till we meet again with CJ at midnight.
Bye. 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 Bye.
Boo.
Bye.
Quit pulling, quit.
I'm not pulling.
Say less.
Bye. Bye.
Say less.
Bye.
All right.
Hi, you're still on, but I said it.
Got some haters back there. Harmony haters.
I know the greatest channel to hate on you.
Squawking. Hate on me? Why would you want to hate on me? I'm the good guy.
That's so weird to say.
What?
Watch the Chocolate Hour show.
That's right. Chocolate Mountain.
That's so You're literally stacking chocolate to make a mountain.
Nah, it comes from a song in the 70s. Parliament Funkadelic. He says, we're doing it on the Chocolate Mountain.
You're old.
Yeah. But I love the name. I got a